Hey space enthusiasts, welcome back to Unexplored Frontiers, where we break down the latest in space exploration. Today we're diving into a hot topic that's been making waves, Boeing Starliner. Buckle up because we're about to blast off into this cosmic conundrum. Imagine you're all set for a road trip, but your car keeps stalling. Frustrating, right? Well, that's kind of what's happening with Boeing Starliner. But instead of a car, we're talking about a spacecraft designed to ferry astronauts to the International Space Station. Let's break it down, shall we? The Starliner is Boeing's answer to space taxis. It's a capsule designed to carry astronauts to and from the International Space Station. Think of it as an Uber for space, but way cooler and with a lot more rocket power. But why do we need the Starliner in the first place? Well, after the retirement of the space shuttle in 2011, NASA had to rely on Russian Soyuz rockets to get astronauts to the space station. Not ideal, right? So NASA came up with the Commercial Crew Program, essentially telling private companies, hey, build us some space taxis, will you? That's where Boeing and its competitor SpaceX come in. These aerospace giants took up the challenge to create vehicles that could safely transport astronauts to and from the ISS. SpaceX developed the Crew Dragon, which has already successfully carried astronauts to space. Boeing's entry into the cosmic race is the Starliner. As of today, the Starliner is facing some serious hurdles. Its latest test flight, which was supposed to be unmanned, hit a snag. The capsule made it to orbit but encountered problems with its thrusters. Those are like the engines that help it maneuver in space. This test flight, known as Orbital Flight Test 2, or OFT-2, was crucial. It was meant to prove that the Starliner could safely dock with the International Space Station, hang out for a bit, and then return to Earth. Kind of like a dress rehearsal before putting actual astronauts on board. This isn't the Starliner's first rodeo with issues. Let's take a quick trip down memory lane. December 2019. The first orbital flight test goes awry. The Starliner reaches space, but fails to reach the correct orbit due to a software glitch. It's like setting your GPS wrong and ending up in the wrong city. August 2021, the second attempt of the test flight gets scrubbed just hours before launch. The culprit? Corroded valves in the propulsion system. Imagine trying to start your car, but the engine's all rusty. May 2022, finally, Starliner launches successfully, only to face thruster issues in orbit. It's like the universe is playing a cosmic game of try again with Boeing. Each setback has taught valuable lessons, but it's also raised questions about the project's timeline and reliability. The main players in this space drama are Boeing, the aerospace giant behind the Starliner. They're the ones burning the midnight oil trying to get this space taxi roadworthy. Or should we say spaceworthy? NASA, the space agency that contracted Boeing to build this cosmic Uber. They're overseeing the project and will be the primary customer once Starliner is operational. SpaceX, Boeing's competitor who's already sending astronauts to space with their Crew Dragon capsule. They're like the overachiever in class who's already turned in their homework. The astronauts, the brave souls who will eventually ride in the Starliner. They're probably watching these tests very closely. The International Space Station crew. They're the ones who'll be welcoming the Starliner with open arms, once it manages to reach them, that is. Despite the hiccups, NASA and Boeing are working on a plan to bring the Starliner safely back to Earth. They're analyzing data, running simulations, and probably crossing their fingers really hard. The goal is to land the capsule at White Sands Space Harbor in New Mexico. This return journey is crucial. It's not just about getting the capsule back, it's about proving that the Starliner can perform a safe re-entry and landing. This is especially important because unlike SpaceX's Crew Dragon, which splashes down in the ocean, Starliner is designed to land on solid ground. The return process involves several key steps: deorbiting burn, firing thrusters to slow down and begin descent, re-entry, plunging through Earth's atmosphere protected by a heat shield, parachute deployment, slowing the capsule's fall, airbag inflation, cushioning the landing. Each of these steps need to work perfectly for a safe return. But hold on to your space helmets, folks. The journey back isn't going to be a cakewalk. The Starliner might face more thruster issues during re-entry if the problems that occurred in orbit persist. It could affect the capsule's ability to position itself correctly for re-entry. Parachute deployment problems. The parachutes need to deploy at just the right time and in the right sequence. Any hiccup here could spell trouble. Landing accuracy concerns. Unlike an ocean splashdown, landing on a specific patch of desert requires precision. Heat shield effectiveness. Re-entry subjects the capsule to extreme temperatures. The heat shield must work flawlessly to protect the vehicle. Software glitches. Given the history of software issues, engineers will be on high alert for any unexpected behavior from the capsule's computers. So let's recap this cosmic soap opera. Boeing Starliner is a space taxi with a history of hiccups. It's part of NASA's plan to have private companies transport astronauts to the ISS. Its latest test flight hit thruster troubles, adding to a series of setbacks. NASA and Boeing are working on a safe return plan, which is crucial for the project's future. The return journey faces several potential challenges. The space industry is watching closely to see if Starliner can stick the landing. This saga shows us that space exploration isn't just about the victories. It's also about learning from setbacks and pushing forward. It's a reminder that the final frontier is called that for a reason. It's challenging, unpredictable, and absolutely fascinating. The Starliner story also highlights the complexity of space travel. It's not just about building a capsule that can reach space. It's about creating a reliable, safe, and efficient system that can repeatedly transport humans to and from orbit. It's rocket science, yes, but it's also systems engineering, software development, material science, and so much more. You might be wondering, why should I care about some space taxi having problems? Well, the Starliner project is more than just one company's mission. It represents the future of space travel. Successful commercial spacecraft could make space more accessible. Scientific progress. Easy access to the ISS means more opportunities for groundbreaking research. Economic impact. A thriving commercial space industry could create jobs and drive innovation. National prestige. The ability to launch astronauts from US soil is a point of pride and independence. What do you think about the Starliner situation? Are you rooting for Boeing to overcome these challenges? Or do you think NASA should focus on other options? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay up to date with all the things space, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. The universe is vast, and we've got so much more to explore together.